Hey, I'm Nick Williams, and in this video, I'm going to address several questions. The first being, how much should you spend to create a Medicare client? How much is too much? And more importantly, to answer those questions, we've got to figure out what's the lifetime value commission-wise of a Medicare client. So how much in commission dollars is a client worth over the lifetime of having that client on the books? So that's the first question I'm going to address. And then I'll address how we perhaps scale this monster. Now, for Medicare supplements, I'm going to use the figure of $275 annual commission. And we'll multiply that times 5 years. Okay? That's a fair number. Some people are going to say a little less. Some people are going to say more. If you're in South Carolina and a plan G is $90 a month when somebody signs up, or if you're in another state where it's $150 when somebody signs up, whatever it may be, I'm going to use that $275. And many people get Medicare supplements when they're older, so I think it's a fair number. I'm going to use Part D commission value of $39 per year. So $275 for the Medicare supplement, $39 the renewal value of a Part D drug card, and the MAPD value of $255. So those are the numbers I'm basing this upon. Now, some people will be new to Medicare, and that makes a difference for the Medicare. It makes a difference for all products because for Medicare supplements, your commission fixed is relative to your starting premium. It's locked in. So as the premium goes up each year, they get age rate increases and the cost of insurance rate increases each year. Well, your commissions don't go up with that. Your commissions stay level based on that initial premium when you started. So a lot of people don't find that out until after the fact. So for the Medicare Advantage, that commission is in the first year double. So it's at least double the renewal commission. And the renewal commission is $255. So you're at like $510 just coming out of the gate on a Medicare Advantage. Then your renewals are $255 per year. That's for plans written in and effective in 2020. Now, in states such as Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., not a state, but California and New Jersey, the commissions first year are as high as $636 with $318 renewals. So those are some numbers for us to think about as I'm giving you numbers. And you can do the math. It's pretty simple. And I do have some of the math for you. Your cross-selling opportunities, and I'm using $900. Okay, we do have cross-selling opportunities. First of all, let's state that that's a fact, Jack. Okay, for final expense, I'm using $900. Our agents that work with us, they're getting 105, 110, 115, 120% commission on their final expense products, depending on the company. It's easy to get at $900 annual commissions, first year commissions. Wouldn't it be nice if that was level? But it's not. That's why we sell Medicare. For indemnity, we're going to use $250. That's based on a $400 annual premium. Simple math. A lot of these plans are 55% commission, and that's a fair number to use. Dental, I'm not even going into. I very seldom ever sell dental insurance, but I'm not going into the commissions on it because I don't sell it. Annuities, it's $6,500 per $100,000 annuity, and you should be picking those up on a quarterly basis. You should pick up at least one if you're using our 4-product progression sales system. Now, let me turn off that phone, and then, what you should be doing is, or you could be doing, and it depends on your business model, get these other products into the mix. And this is a sidebar kind of sort of, but create a package deal. There are some agencies that do this extremely successful. So you have a silver, gold, and a platinum program, and you put this on a piece of a presentation sheet, just a one-pager, and throw it out there so people see it. There's formal programs. The silver could be your Medicare and your dental. Your gold could be your Medicare, dental, and say cancer, whatever you want. And then your platinum could be final Medicare, final expense, and then cancer, whatever it is. Make sure you don't mix those final expense in there with the Medicare Advantage, because that would not be compliant. So you can get these other sales. So I'm going to get at the numbers here, but understand that you can get at these other sales. Now, and you should be getting them without making a package deal. You should just be getting these other plans. I'm always writing final expense. And agents that mix in, and I've done this myself many, many times, agents that consistently mix in the hospital indemnity plan consistently will add those on to like 20 to 40% of their Medicare Advantage sales. So that's a slam dunk. And there's no gray area there. That is a slam dunk, and you should be mixing in the hospital indemnity into your Medicare Advantage sales. So, let's see. All right. I'm going to discuss referrals now. We don't often ask. And again, this factors into the lifetime value. So I'm going to come full circle to that lifetime value. The referrals, few ask for referrals, but what if you did? What if you asked every single client that you can compliantly ask for referrals? That would be a big windfall, wouldn't it? Of course it would. You'd make a ton of money. What if 1 in 10 gave you a referral that resulted in a sale? And remember, when you get referrals, you get sales. What if 1 in 10 clients resulted in a cross sale? I assure you, if you're working hard, you're easily going to get 1 in 10 resulting in a cross sale. And what if 1 in 10 were a lifelong client? Now, what do I mean by a lifelong client? So the average age of an American citizen is above 78 years. That's about the average age. I think the last statistic I saw, it's 78.6 years. So if you create a client at age 65 and you have 13 years, 65 to 78, in order to collect commissions off of them, regardless of what products they buy, that's your lifespan of the average client, as long as you outlive them, of course. So what if you wrote them Medicare Advantage and it was $255 a year for 13 years? That would be $3,315. You should be keeping these clients for a long time. And that's why you sell Medicare Advantage. Don't listen to these knuckleheads, I always say this, that say to not sell Medicare Advantage. They're knuckleheads. They don't know what they're talking about. This is what you must do to build a strong book of business. Remember, most Medicare supplements, the commissions fall off after 5 or 6 years. Again, a Medicare Advantage client kept for 13 years will result in $3,315. Let's see, 255 times. Now, now these are numbers for you to stick to. This is the number you want to write down. A regular client, I'm going to put this at, okay, your typical client, excuse me, has a value for just Medicare at $275 over 5 years. A lot of people say 6 years. I say 5 years. You're going to keep some longer, some less than, but I'm going to average it at 5 years. That's a good number. That's $1,375. Okay. I look at these other opportunities and I'm throwing another $400 onto the lifetime value of a client. Remember, you get one annuity periodically every 3 months. That's $6,500, and you should be getting this. If you're not, you need to talk to me. You should be getting cross sales, and you should ask for referrals. That's just the way it is. You should be doing this. So I reevaluate the lifetime commission value of a client to be $1,750. I've always said in the past, I've always been conservative. I've always said $1,000, and people have always given me a hard time about that. So I've looked at my book of business. I looked at the numbers. I looked at the total sales for the Medicare, and I looked at, as best my records are complete, which they're not perfect because I went through different phases and different record keeping systems. That's another topic for another video, but I have enough data to show with my total annuity sales and annuity commissions, just looking at 1099s, because I only do one thing. Now, years ago, I used to do seminars for annuities, safe money seminars, but I only do one thing for the most part. And I can see that number of $1,750 for the lifetime value of a client is a good solid number, especially when I add in the final expense and especially when I add in those hospital indemnities. So that's a number you can hang your hat on. And from now on, that's the number I use because that's fair. We should be looking at the number that's realistic. If you're doing a good job, you know what most people do is they get in a business and they work periodically. They'll work for one company, then they'll move over. They don't recertify. They lose those commissions with that company. Or they'll skip around. I hear people, well, I've had my license, then I didn't recertify, and then I got my license back. They're basically giving away all those commissions. Stay in the game, be consistent, move forward. It's fair to say that if you generate, excuse me, I'm still fighting off the coronavirus. No, I'm not the coronavirus, just some kind of virus, but it's got my vocal cords pretty much trashed. If you were to generate 10 clients in a month, it's fair to say that's worth $17,500. That's what 10 clients are worth. This is a slam dunk business. All you got to do is go through the motions. Now, okay, again, I'm going to reiterate. 10 clients generated in a month is worth $17,500. I know it's hard to, I'm confusing myself because it doesn't seem right, does it? It's like, wait a minute, Nick. 10 clients worth $17,500? Yes, that's what they're worth. If each client's worth $1,750, if that's fair, if you're going to get a renewal here and there, if you're going to get an annuity here or there, if you're going to get a couple final expense a week or every couple weeks, if you're going to get the hospital indemnities, that's what it's worth. That's just what it's worth. Okay, again, that's the lifetime value of a client. So, how much should you spend to generate a client? Now, here's the question. Many big agencies, you see these people putting up big numbers. Let me tell you something. They're doing massive mail drops. I know agents, they spend $4,000 every month on their mail drops to write Medicare and or Medicare Advantage. So Medicare Supplements, Medicare Advantage. $4,000 per month. So that's a lot of money. Now, they may write 20 Medicare Advantage sales in a week. So now, often agencies, I've spoken to people that run big agencies, like they create inbound traffic. They spend in excess of, easily in excess of a year and a half of the commissions, the gross commissions, not just the agent commissions, but the overrides, everything just to generate a client. So they'll spend and I'll just say they'll spend 1 year's commissions, full commissions, again, agent commission, all the FMO overrides, the whole boat. They spend that much money just to generate one client. That's not uncommon at all. 2 times annual commission is not unheard of at all. I personally know people that run big agencies that do that. That's people that generally are creating some type of inbound call center. So how do you justify, say, spending a full year's commission to create a client. I want to break this down for you. Would you spend $1 to get $5? So that's the question. Would you spend $350 to get $1,750? Pretty simple, isn't it? It's when you put it in perspective, would you spend $1 to get $5? It all makes sense. So here's my suggestion for you, a plan for you to create. Create a renewal base that pays your bills. I've always said we want to get you to a six-figure renewal base. That's it. That is it. We want to get to that six figures. In most areas of the country, that will pay your bills. But whatever it is, create a renewal base that will pay your bills. Then, intelligently, from a position of strength, invest your newly earned commissions. Once you have those renewals built up, invest your newly earned commissions into 100%. Every penny you get, because you got enough to live on in the renewals. Every penny you get into building or scaling what it is that you do. So I say intelligently. Along the way, you're researching things, but you got to, I said this before, you got to fight to get that first 300, 400, 500 clients. It's a fight. A lot of you don't have money to dump into creating this inbound flow of traffic, of prospects. That's really where the money is in the long term. But first you build your renewal base so that it pays your bills. And then along the way you're researching, then you find, and it may come to you sooner. It might, sometimes lightning strikes. God bless you if it does. Then again, once you've got your renewals to pay your bills, take all the other monies and invest that into scaling up your business. That will be done intelligently after a year or two, or maybe 3. Let me turn that phone off too. All right. This is it. You will build an amazing business doing this. You will build an amazing business. Remember, 10 clients is worth $17,500. And here's my last instruction for you on this. Like our videos, subscribe to Medicare Millionaire, and ring the bell so that more people, because that pushes us out further and gets us out to more people. I'm asking for your help. I really would appreciate it. And that's it. Good luck to you in building this amazing business.